So, Kaiju No.8 is a new anime that is currently airing right now that I personally have been enjoying a lot. I started watching it like not too long ago, but it's definitely become one of my favorite animes that's come out this year. I usually don't watch too many like kaiju media or anything really kaiju related. Nothing like personal against it, it just really hasn't interested me that much, but for whatever reason, Kaiju No.8 just really got my attention for some reason. But there's just a lot that I like about Kaiju No.8. Just the story, the designs, like mostly character designs and the creature designs, like the kaiju themselves, I really like. But one of the designs really caught my eye right away, and that's from like the main guy himself, Kaiju No.8. His design is really cool and like stands out within the show, but it also really reminded me a lot of another design that I'm a huge fan of, the Pokemon Aggron. Look, I'll even put them side by side together so you can see how similar they actually really look. At least to me, they look really similar. And because they look so similar, I thought it would be really fun to like have like a crossover fan art with them, just because I think that would be really fun. So the idea I had was to put Aggron as Kaiju No.8 from its original manga cover. I thought it would be really fun to do that, and I think it would be like a really cool piece of fan art. So yeah, let's just go right into the speed draw then. So like the sketch was like relatively easy to do because I had like direct reference to the cover and I could just like copy the pose from that. So the cover would be like what I was directly adapting into my fan art. So it was pretty much going to be like not that hard to do. The only real challenge I had was like trying to figure out Aggron's anatomy and how to like match the pose to like Aggron's like more stout proportions, I guess, and like trying to fit it within the same pose. But other than that, it wasn't like really too bad. For the lining, I decided to use a more textured brush than I usually use. I kind of wanted the lines to like have a little bit more like crunch, I guess, or like more grit to it than like the usual smoother lines that I usually do. And I also wanted to have like that line variation that came with the brush just because I wanted it to get a little bit more of like the lines and cracks that like I needed to like line in that would maybe be a little bit harder to do. And when it came to the colors, I decided to just keep it kind of simple and just handpick from Aggron's, official art, just because it was going to be a lot easier to do anyway. And Kaiju No.8 and Aggron already have like very similar colors with like a white grayish mask and like a dark gray body. So I figured since I'm actually drawing Aggron, I should probably pick colors from him. And then with like the shading and lighting, I kind of wanted to do like a little bit more of like a rougher, maybe slightly painterly look because the original cover had like a little bit more of like a painterly feel kind of to it. So I figured trying to adapt that with the shading would try to like match it a little bit close to the cover. And then to like also get a little bit more of that painterly feel, I also grabbed like a splattered paint texture and then overlaid it on top of the colors so that way it looks a little bit more painterly without like actually having me to digitally paint it because I'm not particularly good at that, but I still wanted to get like that painterly feel to it. And then after doing the colors, I started to work on the rest of the cover details, which is like trying to make a thinner aspect ratio like it would be for the book cover, and then doing the title font and then the background colors and some of the effects. And then speaking of effects, the last thing I did was add like the blue energy effects around Aggron's mouth and claws. It's kind of similar to the cover where Kaiju No.8 kind of has like glowing veins slash like glowing energy coursing through its body. So I thought I would do that, but with more a Pokemon move aesthetic. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And yeah, I really liked how it turned out. I feel like I really caught the balance between both Aggron and Kaiju No.8, and I feel like the idea was so good that like it just blended really well into what I drew. And as some of you might have noticed, I definitely tried my hardest not to spoil too much about Kaiju No.8 within this video because again, it's something I definitely recommend, you watching. Even if you're not really into like kaiju stuff like I was, it still has like a pretty good story and a lot of really good stuff in it that I feel like a lot of people would really like. So if any of you have like even a mild interest from this video, I definitely do recommend going and watching it. But yeah, that's just this short quick video, I guess. Thanks for watching, and yeah, bye.